Hey friends, it's your pal SVH coming at you today with something a little different than the bowl of sake. I wanted to do a little deeper reading from Hazrat Inayat Khan's teachings, and just yesterday I received in the mail the volume 5 of the centennial edition of the Sufi teachings of Hazrat Inayat Khan. So there are several volumes of Murshid's teachings available in different formats. There's some online. You can find this all for free. But the Centennial Edition just came out, and this is probably the most comprehensive collection of Murshid's teachings. Again, there's several volumes, and each volume has different topics inside. But this one in particular just came out yesterday. Was just sent to me yesterday. It came out this last week. But these are really beautiful. You know, Murshid's grandson Pirzia has been painstakingly working with people that have been archiving this material over the years, and now they have a real complete version of a lot of what was said at those meetings and those seminars and those lectures that Murshid gave back in the day. So this really is kind of the closest thing you can get to sitting and hearing those words from Murshid's mouth. So I wanted to share today a little bit from this, and the excerpt I'm going to share is about the purpose of life, and it's from the section of the book called Pearls from the Ocean Unseen. So when you think of a pearl, you think of something beautiful, something really valuable. It has real value. Well, wisdom has a lot of value, right? So when you think of pearls from the unseen ocean, pearls of wisdom that come from, you know, somewhere that we can't see with our eye, right? There's things that we can experience, there's things that we can intuit, there's things that we can learn, but we can't really put our visual spectrum on it. So those become pearls from the ocean unseen. So this is a little bit about the purpose of life. There are two classes of people in the world: the spectators of life and the students of life. The former class may be compared to those people who go to the theater and see acted either comedy or tragedy, and are moved by it to laughter or tears. The latter may be compared to those who go up in an airplane and view at a glance a whole city where hitherto they had only seen one street at a time. The student of life understood the reason of the comedy. The students of life understand the reason of the comedy and tragedy, while the spectators of life get only a passing impression of them. About this, the Quran says, "The sight shall be made keen." When this happens, the spectator of life becomes the student of life. We sometimes ask ourselves, what is the purpose of life? Is it to eat, drink, and be merry? Surely not. The animals do this, and humans are a higher creation than the animals. Is life's purpose then to become an angelic being? This likewise cannot be the case, for the angels were created before human beings and are near to God and continually praise Him. Humankind must be created, therefore, for something other than either the animals or the angels. For if humans, by reason of their piety, become like unto an angel, they would not have fulfilled their purpose for which they were created. Humans are created that they may awaken within themselves humanity, sympathy, kinship, love, and kindness for their brothers and sisters. One may think that one is kind and sympathetic, but in thinking so, one makes the greatest possible mistake, for kindness is comparative. This may be illustrated by the story that is told in India of an Afghan soldier who was once traveling with a Brahmin. The Brahmin, who was a mild and harmless man, careful not to injure the smallest of God's creation, was repeating to himself the word Daya, which means kindness. The Afghan, who was a warrior and understood only the rough side of life, asked him what the word meant. The Brahmin explained that the word was the same as Ram in his language, "Ah," he exclaimed, "I understand very well now what is meant. I remember I was once kind in my life, for on the field of battle I saw a wounded man writhing in agony, and I was touched, and I put my dagger through him and ended his suffering." The claim to be kind and sympathetic is like a drop of water, saying, "I am water," but on seeing the ocean realizes its nothingness. In the same way, when one has looked upon perfection, one realizes one's shortcomings. It is then that the veil is raised from one's eyes and one's sight becomes keen. One then asks oneself, what can I do that I may awaken this love and sympathy in my heart? The Sufis begin by realizing that they are dead in blindness, and they understand that all goodness as well as all that is bad comes from within. Riches and power may vanish because they are outside of us, but only that which is within can we call our own. In order to awaken love and sympathy in our hearts, sacrifices must be made. We must forget our own troubles in order to sympathize with the troubles of others. And I'll pause for a second. That was actually the bowl of sake for today. We must forget our own troubles in order to sympathize with the troubles of others. It said, before we can feed another's hunger, we must first take care of our own hunger. Same lesson. Here it is. To relieve the hunger of others, we must forget our own hunger. Today's bowl of sake. Everyone is working for selfish ends, not caring about others. And this alone has brought about the misery in the world today. When the world is evolving from imperfection towards perfection, it needs all love and sympathy. Great tenderness and watchfulness is required of each one of us. The heart of every person, both good and bad, is the abode of God, and care should be taken never to wound anybody by word or act. We are only here in this world for a short time. Many have been here before and have passed on, and it is for us to see that we leave behind an impression for good. So there you have it, my friends. A little excerpt from Spiritual Liberty, Volume 5 of the Sufi Teachings of Hazrat Inayat Khan. And I will be back soon with much more to add. I think I'm going to read a few more excerpts from this over the next few days. And if you get a chance, check it out. Sulukpress.com, S-U-L-U-K press.com. And you can pick up this beautiful volume of the Centennial Edition and check it out. It's great teachings. Might just change your life. It did mine. Thank you, Murshid. Thank you all. And I'll see you again soon with another excerpt of Sufi teachings.